Hello class, Miss Johnson is sorry that she is not able to be here with you today, but in her absence we will be covering lesson 2.5, which is about dividing integers. The goal of the lesson is to be able to divide integers and to find the mean of a set of numbers. So when we're looking at dividing integers, it's very similar to what we were doing with multiplying integers. So we're going to take our values and we are going to look, and first we're going to notice that 56 is positive and 4 is also positive. Dividing is going to follow the same rules as our multiplication, so we're going to want our answer to be positive. Once I actually do the division, we're going to find out that the answer is 14. Looking at this next one up here on the right, we've got 312 divided by -6. Once again, looking, we have a positive number, and this time we have a negative number. When I do that division, I'm going to end up with an answer of -52. The next one down here on the left, we've got -126 dividing by 7. We've got a negative number being divided by a positive number, and that answer is going to result in a -18. Now with our last one down here on the bottom right, we've got a -121 being divided by a -8. When I divide those values, I'm going to get an answer of 15. So to summarize the rules in terms of positive and negative, a positive number divided by a positive number is still going to remain positive. If you take a positive number and divide it by a negative, it's going to be negative. If you flip-flop that and take the negative and divide by the positive, it is still going to result in a negative. And if you have a negative and a negative, you are going to end up with a positive. So similar rules that we had to multiplication. Go ahead and try these two problems on your own. The result of our first one, 196 divided by 7, gives us an answer of 28. And our second one, -336 divided by 16, gives us a -21. Another thing that we want to be able to do is evaluate quotients, aka problems with division, that involve variables. So it says evaluate if m is -3, n is 9, and p is -2. Currently, my expression says np divided by m. Remember that when variables are written next to each other, that means they are multiplied. So we're going to go ahead and plug in our numbers. For n, we have 9 being multiplied with p, which is -2, and all of that is being divided by m, which is -3. We're going to go ahead and solve the top part first, because that's what comes first in our problem. So 9 times -2 is -18. And then we still have -3 on the bottom. Remembering that that line means division, so -18 divided by 3 gives us an answer of 6. Go ahead and try this problem on your own. Similar to the last one, our first step is going to be to plug in. So I've got -6, which is next to p, which means multiplied by -2, and then dividing by -3. -6 times -2 gives us a +12. Being divided by a -3 is going to equal -4. The last thing we're going to talk about this lesson is finding the mean. The mean is the average of a set of data. So we've got a whole list of numbers and we're trying to find what's going to be in the middle. So for this first example, low temperatures in Minnesota for the first week of 2014 were -25, 8, 13, -11, -20, 9, and -23. We want to find what the average low temperature was for the week. In order to do this, it is a two-step process, and it is important that you do each of these steps by themselves. Your first step is going to be to add up all of these integers. So -25 plus 8 plus 13 plus -11 plus -20 plus 9 plus negative 23. Now, if you notice, some of these have double signs. Remembering that adding the negative is the same thing as subtracting. So you also could have written this out as negative 25 plus 8 plus 13 minus 11 minus 20 plus 9 and minus 23. Either way, when you plug that into your calculator, it's going to give you an answer of negative 49. So that's step 1 of our problem. Step 2 is to take that result, so the negative 49, and divide by the numbers that we added, the total of the numbers that we added. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. Since we added 7 numbers together, we're going to divide by 7 to figure out the average. So when I do negative 49 divided by 7, I get an answer of negative 7 degrees as the average temperature for the week. Go ahead and try this one on your own. In order to solve this, step 1, we're going to do 49 plus 43 plus 38 plus 50 plus 47 plus 35 plus 39. Since those are all positives, we don't have to worry about changing anything to subtracting. When I add all of those up, I get an answer of 344. Step 2 for this problem then becomes taking our answer from step 1, so 344, and dividing, because we have 8 numbers in this problem, we're going to divide by 8, which gives us an average score of 43 points on the test. If you have any questions about this problem or anything else from the lesson, please feel free to reach out and let me know, and I would be happy to help you. Have a great day.